Ladies and gentlemen, there is a fire inside you, a fire that rages when you are wronged, betrayed, or underestimated. It screams for justice, demands retribution, and yet the most ruthless form of revenge requires no words, no confrontation, and no wasted energy on those who do not deserve your attention. Silence, success, transformation. These are your weapons. When someone tries to break you, they expect a reaction. They expect anger, tears, or a desperate attempt to fight back. But what happens when you give them nothing? When you look at them as though they do not exist? That is power. That is control. Revenge is a concept as old as time itself. It is a primal urge, a reaction to betrayal, humiliation, or injustice. But those who truly understand power know that the most devastating form of revenge is not found in anger, confrontation, or retaliation. It is found in success. Nothing is more ruthless, more absolute, than proving, without a single word, that no harm done to you was ever enough to stop you. When someone seeks to hurt you, they are betting on your destruction. They hope to see you stumble, fall, or drown in the weight of their actions. They want your attention, your energy, your emotions. They want proof that they had an impact on you. What they do not expect, what they fear the most, is indifference. To rise above their malice and thrive is to render them powerless. Their attempts to pull you down become meaningless when you continue moving forward, untouched, unaffected, and stronger than before. Success, in its purest form, is the greatest form of retribution. It is not about proving anything to them. It is about proving something to yourself. It is about taking the energy that was meant to break you and using it to build something greater. While they remain fixated on you, bitter and consumed by their own negativity, you will be too busy growing, creating, and excelling to even notice. That is the moment they will realize they have lost. Revenge, when sought through personal growth, does not just destroy your enemies, it erases them. They become irrelevant in the face of your achievements. No amount of plotting, scheming, or wishing for your downfall can change the fact that you have moved beyond them. They are left behind, stuck in the same place, while you ascend to new heights. And the beauty of it? You never had to say a single word. Some believe that revenge requires action, that it must be loud, dramatic, and unmistakable. But the truth is, the most ruthless revenge is quiet. It is in the way you carry yourself, in the way you refuse to acknowledge the harm they attempted to inflict. It is in the way you smile, unbothered, while they watch you succeed. Their punishment is knowing that they never had control over you, that their worst did not even make you flinch. Time will do the rest. The years will pass, and they will realize that they wasted their efforts on someone who was never meant to be brought down. They will remember the things they did, the words they said, and they will understand, too late, that they were nothing more than a passing shadow in your journey to greatness. This is the kind of revenge that does not just settle a score. It rewrites the entire game. It turns pain into progress, betrayal into brilliance. It does not require hatred, resentment, or wasted breath. It only requires one thing: your success. And once you have it, there is nothing left to say. Silence is a language only the powerful truly understand. It is a response sharper than any insult, more deafening than any shout. When faced with betrayal, injustice, or cruelty, the natural instinct is to react, to defend, to argue, to strike back with equal force. But the truth is, the moment you engage in their game, you have already lost. The most ruthless way to get revenge is not through words, but through the absence of them. Silence unsettles. It denies the other person the satisfaction of knowing they affected you. People who seek to hurt you want to see a response. They crave your anger, your pain, your retaliation. It gives them validation. But when you offer nothing, no reaction, no acknowledgement, not even a glance, you strip them of their power. They are left questioning themselves, wondering if their actions meant anything at all. The uncertainty eats away at them more than any words ever could. There is a distinct kind of torment in being ignored. When someone expects conflict and instead meets cold indifference, it dismantles them from the inside out. They replay their actions, their words, searching for a sign that they got under your skin. But there is nothing. Just silence. They lash out more, trying to provoke you, but you remain unmoved. They watch as you continue forward, unfazed, untouched. Their attempts become desperate, but the more they try, the more powerless they become. Silence is not weakness. It is control. You must not matter, and there is no murder. Honor, and there is no knowledge of right and wrong. It is not okay. It is wrong. It is inexorable. Beyond psychological impact, silence serves a greater purpose. It protects your dignity. Words spoken in anger and retaliation often do more harm to you than to them. They can be twisted, used against you, turned into weapons to make you look irrational or emotional. But silence? Silence cannot be misquoted. It leaves no trail, no vulnerability, no weakness to be exploited. It forces the other person to battle their own thoughts instead of yours. Time works in favor of those who remain silent. The world has a way of revealing the truth without intervention. Those who act with malice will eventually expose themselves. Their own behavior, unchecked and unprovoked, will be their undoing. Meanwhile, you will have moved on, having lost nothing, having wasted no breath, having given them not even a fraction of what they sought. Revenge is not always about striking back. Sometimes it is about standing so still, so unshaken, that the person who tried to hurt you realizes they were only fighting a shadow. Let them scream, let them flail, let them demand your attention, and then give them nothing. In that void, they will find their true punishment. Detachment is an art, a discipline, a skill that only the strongest possess. It is the quiet ability to walk away, not in surrender, but in absolute power. When someone betrays you, disrespects you, or seeks to harm you, the immediate temptation is to react, to confront, to demand explanations, to force closure. But true mastery comes not from engaging, but from disengaging. The most ruthless way to get revenge is not in fighting battles that drain you, but in refusing to play the game at all. People thrive on the reactions of others. They measure their impact by how much they can shake you, provoke you, make you lose control. When they see you upset, they feel powerful. When they can pull you into an argument, they feel validated. Your attention, whether positive or negative, fuels them. And that is precisely why detachment is so devastating. It robs them of everything they seek. Imagine this. Someone wrongs you, expecting retaliation. They brace for a fight, waiting for anger, confrontation, or bitterness, but instead you simply walk away. No explanation, no emotional outburst, just a quiet, effortless departure from their world. The weight of that moment is heavier than any insult you could throw. It tells them without a single word that they are not significant enough to disturb your peace. Detachment is not apathy. It is not indifference born out of weakness. It is the deliberate choice to protect your energy, to invest your emotions only where they are valued. It is understanding that some battles are not worth fighting because winning them means you had to participate in the first place. The greatest power move is to rise above, to move forward so swiftly that the person who sought to harm you becomes a forgotten footnote in your story. The beauty of detachment is that it shifts the burden. The person who hurt you is left wondering why you did not react, why their words did not cut deep, why their betrayal did not leave a scar. They expect chaos but are met with silence. They expect destruction but watch you flourish. Their own actions begin to haunt them, because now they must face the reality that they meant nothing to you. Walking away is not losing, it is winning in the most elegant way possible. It is saying, I refuse to give you the satisfaction of my pain. It is choosing self-respect over revenge, peace over conflict, wisdom over impulse. It is understanding that not every battle is worth fighting, because some victories are so small, they are not worth your time. And so, when faced with betrayal, do not lower yourself to their level. Do not waste breath explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Do not hand over your emotions to those unworthy of them. Instead, master the art of detachment. Walk away with your dignity intact, your mind unburdened and your heart untouchable. In that moment, you will know. You have already won. Transformation is the most exquisite form of revenge. It is a silent declaration that no betrayal, no injustice, no cruelty was ever enough to define you. It is the realization that the pain inflicted upon you does not have to be your burden, it can be your fuel. The moment you choose to rise, to evolve, to refine yourself into something greater than before, you render those who sought to destroy you completely powerless. People expect their cruelty to leave a mark. They expect you to remain wounded, trapped in the suffering they caused. But what happens when you take that pain and turn it into something extraordinary? What happens when you use the very thing meant to break you as the foundation for your success? The answer is simple. You win. Without saying a word, without seeking revenge, without lowering yourself to their level, you prove, through transformation, that nothing and no one had the power to destroy you. Reinvention is not just about moving on, it is about becoming unrecognizable to those who once underestimated you. They should see you and wonder how the person they tried to diminish became someone so untouchable. They should feel the weight of their failure as they watch you thrive in ways they never imagined. The person they betrayed, belittled, or abandoned no longer exists. In their place stands someone wiser, stronger, and beyond their reach. Transformation does not require vengeance. It requires discipline. It is about shifting your energy from resentment to self-improvement. Instead of wasting time plotting against those who wronged you, you invest in yourself. You refine your mind, your body, your skills. You walk into rooms with confidence, no longer defined by the past, but by the limitless potential of your future. And as you grow, you begin to understand a profound truth. The best way to defeat those who doubted you is to become someone they can never touch again. This is the kind of revenge that lasts. Words fade, confrontations are forgotten, but success, evolution, those are permanent. When they see you unbothered, accomplished, and at peace, they will realize too late that they played no significant role in your life. Their betrayal was not an ending, but a catalyst. They set fire to what you once were, and from the ashes you emerged untouchable. There is nothing more unsettling to those who seek to harm you than witnessing your transformation. They expected to leave you broken, but instead they are forced to watch you become something they can never be. And the most ruthless part of it all? You never had to say a word. So let them think they have won. Let them believe they have left a permanent scar. Then, without warning, rise, reinvent, evolve. Because the greatest revenge is not destruction. It is becoming something they never saw coming. Kindness is a weapon most people underestimate. When someone wrongs you, they expect hostility. They expect anger, retaliation, or even hatred. They brace themselves for conflict, for a battle of words or actions. But when you respond with grace, with kindness, with complete indifference to their malice, you leave them confused, unsettled, and powerless. There is no revenge more ruthless than showing those who sought to hurt you that their actions did not change who you are. When you respond to cruelty with kindness, you disrupt their expectations. You rob them of the satisfaction of knowing they affected you. They wanted you to crumble, to react, to prove that their words or actions had power, but instead you rise above, untouched. This does not mean allowing people to walk over you. It means showing them that they are so insignificant in your life that their negativity does not even warrant a reaction. People who seek to harm others are often driven by insecurity, jealousy, or personal misery. Their attacks on you are a reflection of their inner turmoil, not your worth. When you meet their hostility with kindness, you force them to face their own demons. You make them question why they felt the need to hurt you in the first place. This is far more effective than any argument or retaliation. It places the burden back on them. They must sit with the discomfort of knowing they tried to bring you down, and yet you stood tall, unshaken. Kindness is not weakness, it is control. It is the ability to dictate your own reactions, rather than letting others manipulate your emotions. When you master this, you become untouchable. You refuse to let someone else's negativity poison your peace. Instead, you use it to highlight the contrast between who they are and who you choose to be. Imagine someone who speaks ill of you, who disrespects you, who tries to make you feel small, and instead of fighting back, you continue living with joy, with dignity, with unwavering confidence. You greet them with a calm smile, with effortless grace, making it clear that they hold no power over you. They will become frustrated, even desperate, trying harder to provoke a reaction. And yet all they will receive is kindness. That is their punishment, to realize that no matter what they do, they can never bring you down. Over time, this approach does more than just unsettle your enemies. It elevates you. It teaches you the strength of emotional discipline, the power of rising above. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of revenge and resentment. And in doing so, you win. Because true victory is not proving them wrong with words, it is proving them irrelevant with your actions. Let them expect anger, let them expect bitterness, and then give them kindness instead. In that moment they will know they never had control over you to begin with. Time is the most ruthless ally in the pursuit of revenge. It requires no effort, no confrontation, no wasted words, just patience. When someone betrays you, disrespects you, or underestimates you, the impulse is to react immediately, to seek justice, to show them they were wrong. But the most devastating revenge does not happen in an instant. It unfolds slowly, over months, or even years, until one day they realize the truth. They lost, and you never even had to lift a finger. Time has a way of revealing everything. Those who act with malice will eventually expose themselves, their lies, their cruelty, their deceit. It all catches up to them because the weight of their actions becomes too heavy to carry. While they are busy creating chaos, making enemies, and repeating the same destructive patterns, you remain focused, moving forward, building something greater. The universe has a way of balancing itself, and those who move with ill intentions eventually fall victim to their own darkness. The beauty of patience is that it allows you to win without getting your hands dirty. You do not need to engage in petty battles or waste your energy trying to prove a point. Instead, you let life do the work for you. While they are consumed by their own negativity, you are investing in yourself, your growth, your success, your peace. And as time passes, the gap between you and them grows wider. One day they look up and realize they are exactly where they have always been. Bitter, stagnant, and unfulfilled, while you have moved so far beyond them that they can no longer reach you. This is the moment they understand they were never a threat to you. That their betrayal, their cruelty, their attempts to bring you down did nothing but fuel your rise. And by then it is too late. They cannot undo the choices they made. They cannot erase the moments where they thought they had won, because the truth is, they never had power over you to begin with. They were just another lesson, another stepping stone on your path to something greater. Time does more than just reveal the flaws of others. It amplifies your own success. The longer you stay focused, the more you grow. Every achievement, every milestone, every moment of peace you create for yourself is a silent reminder that you have won. And the best part, you never had to seek revenge. You simply outgrew them. There is nothing more painful to an enemy than watching you live well, watching you succeed, watching you become untouchable. They wanted you to break, but instead you became stronger. They wanted you to suffer, but instead you flourished. And now, all they have left is the realization that they lost, not because you fought them, but because you left them behind. So, be patient. Let time work in your favor, and when the moment comes when they finally see what they have done, simply smile. Because by then, you will be too far ahead to care. Nothing unsettles people more than realizing they have no control over you. When someone betrays you, disrespects you, or tries to break you, they expect you to be consumed by anger. They expect you to seek revenge, to fight back, to let their actions dictate your emotions. But the most ruthless way to get revenge is to live your life as if they never existed. To carry on without them, to move forward without hesitation, as though their attempt to hurt you was nothing more than a passing breeze. Indifference is not just silence, it is a statement. It says, you are not important enough to affect me. It says, your actions do not define me. The moment you refuse to acknowledge their existence, they lose all power over you, and that realization is devastating. People crave validation, whether through love or through conflict. When you deprive them of both, they are left in the worst possible state, irrelevance. Nothing haunts a person more than knowing they meant nothing to someone they tried to hurt. They wanted to see you shattered, emotional, drowning in the weight of their actions. But instead, you are thriving, unbothered, unmoved. They watch as you continue to grow, succeed, and become something greater, while they remain stuck in their own bitterness. That is when they begin to question everything. Did I ever matter? Was I ever significant? Did my actions even leave a mark? And the answer, as they now realize, is no. Indifference is a choice, but it is also a discipline. It requires strength to not react, to not give in to the temptation of proving a point. But the moment you engage, the moment you show them they still have a place in your thoughts, you give them what they want. Proof that they mattered. True indifference is not pretending you do not care. It is genuinely not caring. It is understanding that their actions are insignificant in the grand scheme of your life. Time makes this lesson even more powerful. The longer you remain indifferent, the more they suffer. While they waste time thinking about you, talking about you, trying to find ways to get your attention, you are simply living, moving on, becoming more, and eventually they will realize they were the only ones still trapped in the past, while you have long since left them behind. This is not just about winning, It is about liberation. Indifference frees you from the chains of resentment. It allows you to focus on what truly matters. Instead of wasting energy on people who tried to harm you, you invest it in yourself. You grow, you build, you flourish. And in doing so, you create the most ruthless revenge of all. A life so fulfilling, so abundant, so extraordinary, that they become nothing more than a forgotten chapter in your story. Let them wonder, let them question, let them fade into the background as you rise. And when they finally realize they have lost, it will not be because you destroyed them. It will be because they were never able to destroy you.